As we grow older, life presents us with a unique opportunity, the chance to reflect on the past, gain wisdom, and realign our priorities. With each passing year, we realize more and more that happiness isn't about accumulating possessions or achievements, but about creating space for peace, joy, and meaningful connections. Letting go of what no longer serves us is a crucial step in this process. Whether it's outdated habits, toxic relationships, or past regrets, releasing these burdens opens the door to a life filled with purpose and contentment. In this video, we'll explore 8 things that, once released, can help you lead a happier, more fulfilling life. These changes may not be easy, but they are deeply rewarding. If you're ready to embrace a life of intention, growth, and joy, then take a moment to reflect on these 8 areas where letting go can truly transform your journey. Stay with us and discover how simple shifts can lead to profound changes, making your golden years the best they can be. 1. Embrace change instead of resisting it. Change is one of life's only constants, yet many of us, especially as we grow older, find ourselves resisting it. Whether it's a new routine, a shift in health, or the evolving dynamics of family life, the comfort of what we know can create a strong pull to hold on tightly. However, as we age, the beauty of life lies in our ability to embrace the changes that come, rather than fight them. The fear of change often arises from a sense of loss of control, loss of what was familiar, or even loss of strength and independence. But this mindset can be transformed. Change doesn't have to be seen as a disruption. It can be an opportunity to grow in new directions. Every change, big or small, is a chance for personal renewal and self-discovery. By welcoming change, we invite new experiences that can enrich our lives and open doors to possibilities we might never have considered before. Imagine trying something new, whether it's a hobby, a new way of exercising, or even spending time with a different group of people. These small shifts can bring a fresh perspective, adding new layers of meaning to your life. Change might seem intimidating at first, but it often leads to a greater sense of freedom to explore, freedom to be flexible, and freedom to adapt. With age comes the wisdom to recognize that life doesn't stop unfolding, neither should we. Approaching change with curiosity rather than fear brings a sense of excitement and adventure. It reminds us that we are not defined by a single chapter of our lives, but by the entire journey, one that continues to evolve, shape, and enrich us. Each day is an opportunity to make a change, whether it's small or large, that can bring more joy, deeper connection, or greater purpose. Rather than looking at aging as a time of diminishing possibilities, we can reframe it as a time of expanding them. Embracing change allows us to keep growing, learning, and connecting, ensuring that every season of life remains meaningful and fulfilling. So, the next time change knocks at your door, open it with curiosity and excitement, knowing that life has something wonderful waiting just on the other side. 2. Put yourself first and prioritize self-care. For many of us, especially as we age, self-care tends to take a back seat. Throughout our lives, we've often been conditioned to put others first, whether as caregivers, parents, friends, or even in our professional lives. We've given so much of ourselves, and while that's admirable, it can leave us feeling drained, unfulfilled, and disconnected from our own needs. But now, more than ever, it's crucial to prioritize ourselves and practice self-care without guilt. Self-care is not selfishness. It is an act of self-respect and preservation. It's about honoring your own physical, emotional, and mental health. Just like a car needs regular maintenance to run smoothly, so do we. When we take the time to care for ourselves, whether that's by getting enough rest, eating nourishing foods, taking a walk, or simply resting our minds, we're refueling our energy and recharging our spirits. This doesn't just benefit us, it enables us to be there for others from a place of fullness, not depletion. The misconception that prioritizing self-care is selfish stems from a deep-rooted belief that others' needs should always come before our own. However, by filling our own cup first, we are better equipped to offer love, support, and care to those we cherish. When we neglect our own needs, we risk burning out and becoming resentful or disconnected. Practicing self-care ensures that we have the energy, patience, and clarity to show up fully for our loved ones. Self-care can take many forms, and it doesn't have to be extravagant or time-consuming. It could be as simple as taking 10 minutes to meditate in the morning, reading a favorite book, or enjoying a warm cup of tea in peace. These moments of quiet reflection and rejuvenation create a sense of balance and grounding, which is essential as we navigate the changes that come with age. Even taking the time to set boundaries with others, to say no when we need to, can be a powerful form of self-care. Furthermore, self-care isn't just about pampering ourselves. It's about maintaining a healthy mind, body, and spirit. It's about listening to what we truly need and acting in ways that nurture our well-being. Whether that means prioritizing sleep, engaging in light exercise, or seeking out social connections that uplift us, self-care lays the foundation for a more vibrant and fulfilling life. Remember, when you take care of yourself, you are not only improving your own life, you are setting an example for those around you. By valuing your own well-being, you teach others the importance of doing the same. So, take the time to put yourself first, and know that it's one of the most loving things you can do for yourself and for those who depend on you. 3. Release toxic relationships and prioritize peace. As we enter the later years of life, the relationships that surround us become more precious than ever. The bonds we share can bring immense joy, support, and connection, but not all relationships are created equal. Some relationships, particularly toxic ones, can drain our energy and hinder our emotional well-being. These relationships can take various forms, whether it's a friend who constantly criticizes, a family member who manipulates, or a colleague who brings negativity into our lives. In these later stages, it becomes more important than ever to evaluate the connections in our lives and decide which ones are truly worth maintaining. Releasing toxic relationships isn't about harboring resentment or anger. It's about self-respect and peace. Toxic relationships often thrive on guilt, obligation, or fear of loneliness, which can make it incredibly difficult to let go. We may hold on out of a sense of duty, or because we fear that severing the bond will leave us isolated. But holding on to relationships that don't contribute positively to our lives often results in emotional exhaustion and a sense of unease. It's important to recognize that choosing peace doesn't mean abandoning people. It means setting healthy boundaries that protect your well-being. By choosing to release these relationships, you create space for healthier, more fulfilling connections. This doesn't mean cutting ties with everyone who challenges us. Conflict is a natural part of any relationship, but it's about letting go of those connections that continually cause stress, hurt, or imbalance. True relationships should be mutual, rooted in respect and understanding. They should uplift us, not bring us down. One of the most freeing things you can do for yourself in this season of life is to prioritize peace. This may involve setting clear boundaries with those who constantly drain your energy, or even distancing yourself from those whose negativity affects your emotional well-being. Sometimes this means simply reducing the frequency of contact. Other times it may mean walking away completely. The key is recognizing that your peace is worth protecting. Healthy relationships, those built on trust, respect, and mutual love, will always contribute to your sense of joy and belonging. Surrounding yourself with people who celebrate your individuality, respect your boundaries, and support your growth creates an atmosphere where you can thrive. These relationships enrich your life and contribute to a sense of harmony and balance. Choosing to release toxic relationships can also empower others to do the same. When we honor our own needs and boundaries, we send a powerful message to those around us about self-respect. It encourages others to cultivate relationships that nourish their spirits too. This ripple effect of self-respect and empowerment can create an environment of positivity and mutual support. It's important to remember that relationships are meant to be a source of strength, not a cause of stress. As we get older, the quality of our relationships becomes more important than ever. Letting go of those that deplete us isn't just about personal peace, it's about honoring who we are and making room for the connections that will help us grow, laugh, and experience life to its fullest. So, take a moment to evaluate the relationships in your life. Are they uplifting and nurturing, or are they leaving you drained and unfulfilled? Release the ones that no longer serve your well-being and make space for those that bring peace, positivity, and joy. Your happiness and emotional health are worth it. 4. Let go of regrets and embrace self-compassion. As we grow older, it's natural to look back on our lives and reflect on the choices we've made. Regret often surfaces during these reflections, whether it's a decision that didn't turn out the way we hoped, a relationship that slipped away, or words we wish we had or hadn't said. Regret can feel like an anchor, keeping us tethered to the past, preventing us from fully embracing the present. But the truth is, holding on to regret can prevent us from experiencing the peace and joy we deserve in our later years. Letting go of regret is not about ignoring the lessons we've learned or pretending that we never made mistakes. It's about recognizing that every choice we made, every twist in our journey, has shaped us into the person we are today. It's a process of viewing our past with compassion, not judgment. We did the best we could with the knowledge, resources, and circumstances we had at the time. Regret often focuses on what could have been, what we could have done differently, what we missed out on, or what we lost. But those what-ifs are traps that only take us away from the life we're living now. By reframing our regrets as valuable learning experiences, we free ourselves from their grip. Each misstep, each moment of doubt, and each imperfect decision has been a stepping stone to growth. These experiences have taught us resilience, wisdom, and empathy. When we look back with self-compassion, we see that we are not defined by our mistakes, but by how we've grown from them. Every challenge we faced contributed to the strength and wisdom we carry today. Embracing self-compassion is a key part of releasing regret. We often treat ourselves far more harshly than we would ever treat a loved one who was struggling. If a close friend came to us with regrets, we would likely reassure them, reminding them of the good they've done, the lessons they've learned, and how they have changed for the better. Why not extend that same kindness to ourselves? Self-compassion means forgiving ourselves for our past decisions and acknowledging that we did the best we could at the time. It's about showing up for ourselves with the same love and understanding we show others. When we practice self-compassion, we allow ourselves to let go of the weight of regret. We stop berating ourselves for the past and instead shift our focus to the present and future. In this shift, we find clarity, peace, and the freedom to fully engage in the life we have now. Self-compassion isn't about excusing our mistakes. It's about accepting that we are human, we learn, and we grow. By embracing this mindset, we release the emotional baggage that regret brings, making room for joy, peace, and new possibilities. We begin to see our lives not as a series of missed opportunities, but as a rich tapestry of experiences that have shaped us into the people we are today. This perspective helps us to move forward with kindness toward ourselves, knowing that our past doesn't have to dictate our future. We are free to create new memories, build new relationships, and live the life we've always wanted, unburdened by the weight of regret. So, as you reflect on your own life, be gentle with yourself. Let go of the past, embrace the lessons, and move forward with compassion. You deserve to live the rest of your years with peace, gratitude, and a heart open to all the possibilities that lie ahead. 5. Make health your priority. As we grow older, it becomes increasingly clear that good health is the foundation for living a fulfilling, vibrant life. While in our younger years we may have taken our health for granted, aging brings a powerful reminder of just how precious our well-being truly is. Our bodies and minds require more attention, care, and intentional practices to maintain the energy and vitality we need to fully enjoy the moments that matter. Prioritizing health isn't just about extending our years, it's about enhancing the quality of those years, ensuring that we can engage with life to its fullest. One of the key aspects of maintaining good health as we age is understanding that small, sustainable steps can have a profound impact. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the thought of major lifestyle changes, but the truth is, lasting health improvements often begin with simple, consistent actions. Whether it's committing to a short walk each day, adding more fruits and vegetables to your diet, or practicing mindfulness, these small changes can add up over time, gradually improving both physical and mental health. Physical activity is one of the most accessible and effective ways to improve overall well-being. Exercise doesn't have to mean hours at the gym or intense workouts. For many older adults, regular walking, gentle stretching, or low-impact activities like yoga or swimming can offer tremendous benefits. These activities help maintain mobility, increase flexibility, boost energy levels, and improve mood. Just 20–30 minutes of movement each day can reduce the risk of chronic conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and arthritis, while also enhancing mental clarity and emotional stability. Nourishing the body with a healthy diet is another crucial component of maintaining health. As we age, our nutritional needs may change, but a well-balanced diet rich in whole foods such as fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains remains essential. Proper hydration is equally important. Many seniors forget to drink enough water, which can lead to dehydration and negatively affect energy levels and cognitive function. It's also important to listen to your body and eat in a way that makes you feel energized and strong. Mental health is just as important as physical health, yet it is often overlooked. As we age, it's natural to face challenges like loss, loneliness, or changes in routine. These can take a toll on mental and emotional well-being. Taking time to care for your mental health is vital to staying balanced and content. Practices like meditation, journaling, or even spending time outdoors can improve mental clarity and reduce feelings of stress or anxiety. It's equally important to stay socially connected, whether through regular phone calls with family, attending community events, or participating in activities that foster a sense of belonging. The key to prioritizing health is finding a balance that works for you and committing to it over time. Health isn't something we achieve overnight. It's the result of daily habits and the choices we make consistently. As we grow older, we may face limitations or health challenges, but it's important to remember that taking even small actions to care for ourselves can make a significant difference. Prioritizing health also means listening to your body's signals. If something doesn't feel right, don't ignore it. Seek medical advice or take the time to rest and recover. By respecting your body and being proactive about your health, you can continue to live a life full of energy, joy, and purpose. Remember, health isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. By taking steps to maintain both physical and mental well-being, you set the foundation for a life that is rich with possibility, laughter, and meaningful experiences. Every small act of self-care you make today will pay off in your future, allowing you to live your later years with strength, confidence, and a heart open to all the beautiful moments still to come. 6. Embrace imperfection and release the need for perfection. As we age, we often carry with us the ideals and pressures of perfection that we've spent years chasing, whether in our careers, our relationships, or in how we see ourselves. The need to be flawless, to meet impossible standards, and to always be at our best can leave us feeling inadequate and drained. But as we grow older, a beautiful realization begins to emerge. The pursuit of perfection is not only exhausting, but unnecessary. Letting go of the need for perfection is one of the most liberating acts we can make, and it opens up the space to live more authentically and peacefully. Perfectionism often brings with it an overwhelming desire to control every aspect of our lives. We may find ourselves constantly striving to be the ideal partner, parent, friend, or version of ourselves. But perfection is an illusion. No matter how much we achieve or how many standards we meet, it's impossible to be perfect in every way. And when we set ourselves up for such lofty goals, we risk disappointment, frustration, and a deep sense of unfulfillment. As we get older, we begin to recognize that true beauty and fulfillment don't come from flawless appearances or idealized outcomes. They come from being real, accepting ourselves, flaws and all. Embracing imperfection allows us to live with more compassion, both for ourselves and for others. It encourages us to celebrate the small victories and appreciate the simple joys of life. Instead of obsessing over what we can't control, we can focus on what truly matters: connection, love, and authenticity. Imagine what it would be like to live each day free from the weight of perfectionism. The freedom that comes from allowing ourselves to make mistakes, to laugh at our shortcomings, and to live with more grace is profound. It's about letting go of the constant worry about how others perceive us and instead embracing the person we truly are, flaws, quirks, and all. This shift in perspective helps us to connect with others in a deeper, more genuine way. We are no longer afraid of being judged or criticized because we've accepted that we are enough, just as we are. As we embrace imperfection, we also begin to extend the same compassion to others. When we stop expecting perfection from ourselves, it becomes easier to accept and appreciate the imperfections of those around us. This shift creates space for deeper, more meaningful relationships. Instead of focusing on the small flaws or mistakes, we can focus on the richness of shared experiences and the beauty of genuine connection. Living authentically, without the burden of perfectionism, is a profound act of self-love. It allows us to focus on what brings us joy, contentment, and peace, rather than on chasing unattainable ideals. We no longer need to measure our worth by external standards. Instead, we can define our value by our ability to live truthfully, with kindness and acceptance. So, release the need for perfection. Embrace your flaws and recognize them as the unique traits that make you who you are. Life is not about being perfect. It's about being real, being kind, and being present. When we let go of perfectionism, we free ourselves to experience life more fully, just as we are. 7. Say goodbye to mindless spending. As we grow older, our perspective on what truly brings us happiness often shifts. In our younger years, it can be easy to fall into the trap of mindless spending, buying things impulsively, keeping up with the latest trends, or purchasing items to fill a perceived void. The rush of buying something new can bring temporary satisfaction, but it's rarely lasting. As we age, however, we begin to realize that the true treasures in life aren't found in material possessions, but in meaningful experiences and the relationships we cultivate. Letting go of mindless spending is a powerful way to refocus on what truly matters and make our remaining years as fulfilling as possible. Mindless spending often comes from a place of seeking instant gratification or filling emotional gaps. It's common to spend out of boredom, stress, or the belief that a new item will somehow bring us happiness. But the truth is, possessions can quickly lose their charm. A new gadget, piece of clothing, or even a car may bring a moment of excitement, but that excitement fades as quickly as the novelty wears off. In the end, we are left with a pile of material goods that neither serve a deep purpose nor add lasting value to our lives. Instead of continuing to accumulate things, we can redirect our focus toward the experiences that bring us joy and fulfillment. Experiences, whether it's a memorable family gathering, a trip to visit loved ones, learning something new, or simply spending quality time with a friend, carry with them lasting value that things can't replicate. These moments stay with us long after the event, becoming cherished memories that enrich our lives and shape our personal stories. Mindful spending, then, becomes an act of intentional living. It means choosing to invest our resources in things that truly enhance our well-being, both materially and emotionally. This could involve prioritizing a meaningful vacation over a shopping spree, choosing activities that bring joy and growth over fleeting consumer goods. When we focus on experiences, we begin to realize that the best things in life are often free or low cost, like enjoying the outdoors, participating in a hobby, or simply spending time with those we care about. In our later years, it's also important to be mindful of our financial security. By practicing mindful spending, we ensure that our resources are directed toward the things that align with our values and long-term goals. This is especially crucial as we approach retirement or enter into a period where we may be living on a fixed income. Unnecessary spending can jeopardize financial stability, leading to unnecessary stress or anxiety. By prioritizing mindful spending, we safeguard not just our emotional health, but our financial well-being as well. Mindful spending also fosters a sense of gratitude. When we buy things thoughtfully and with purpose, we begin to appreciate them more deeply. Rather than accumulating endless items that we rarely use, we can focus on cultivating a space that reflects our values, surrounding ourselves with things that have meaning, whether they're sentimental objects, quality items that truly serve a purpose, or beautiful mementos from the experiences we've had. The freedom that comes from letting go of mindless spending is liberating. We no longer feel compelled to keep up with trends or buy things we don't need. Instead, we focus on what makes our hearts happy, what nurtures our relationships, and what brings us lasting joy. By choosing to spend mindfully, we enrich our lives in ways that material possessions simply can't. So, say goodbye to mindless spending and embrace a more intentional approach to how you use your resources. Shift your focus from accumulating things to accumulating memories, and you'll find that the most meaningful investments you make are in the moments that bring you joy and fulfillment. This is the key to living a life full of purpose and lasting contentment. 8. Create space for joy. As we age, it's easy for our lives to become cluttered, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. The accumulation of obligations, routines, and even material possessions can weigh us down, making it difficult to experience the freedom and joy that we truly deserve. But what if, in order to live more fully, we could clear away the clutter, both inside and out, and create room for what truly makes us happy? By letting go of what no longer serves us, we open ourselves to a life filled with laughter, connection, and fulfillment. Creating space for joy is an intentional process. It starts with identifying and releasing the things, habits, obligations, and even people that drain our energy or hold us back from living our best lives. These can be the small things that accumulate over time, like feeling obligated to attend events that no longer interest us, holding on to possessions we no longer use, or continuing relationships that bring us more stress than support. It's easy to hold on to these things out of a sense of obligation or guilt, but doing so can prevent us from experiencing the joy that life has to offer. The first step in creating space for joy is evaluating what truly matters to you. As we grow older, our priorities naturally shift. We begin to recognize that life is too short to spend it on things or commitments that don't bring us fulfillment. Take a moment to reflect on your life and ask yourself, what do I truly enjoy? What activities make me feel alive, connected, and peaceful? What people bring out the best in me, and which ones leave me feeling drained or disconnected? By answering these questions honestly, you begin the process of letting go of what no longer aligns with your values or brings you happiness. Letting go of unnecessary obligations is one of the most freeing actions you can take. Many of us, particularly as we get older, feel the weight of expectations, whether from family, friends, or society. We may feel pressure to continue doing things out of habit or duty, but this can often lead to burnout or resentment. It's important to recognize that you don't have to say yes to everything. Setting healthy boundaries and prioritizing activities that truly bring you joy allows you to create more space for what matters. Saying no isn't a negative act. It's an act of self-respect, giving yourself permission to invest time and energy into the things that truly nourish your spirit. Physical clutter is another area where space can be created for joy. As we accumulate more possessions, we often find ourselves surrounded by things that no longer serve a purpose. Clutter can make us feel overwhelmed and disconnected from the present moment. By simplifying our living space, decluttering and letting go of items that no longer bring us joy, we create an environment that feels peaceful, organized, and aligned with our needs. This act of clearing out the physical space around us can lead to a sense of mental and emotional clarity, creating room for joy to enter. Most importantly, creating space for joy requires making time for the things that bring us true happiness. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, traveling, or simply enjoying quiet moments of reflection, these are the activities that fill our hearts with contentment. The beauty of aging is that it offers us the freedom to prioritize joy in a way we may not have been able to in earlier years. We no longer have to rush from one thing to the next or get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life. Instead, we can savor each moment and create a life that reflects the things we truly value. So, take the time to create space for joy. Let go of the things, obligations, and relationships that no longer serve you. Surround yourself with what brings happiness, peace, and fulfillment, and allow yourself to fully embrace the joy that life has to offer. By making room for what truly matters, you can experience a life that is richer, lighter, and filled with purpose. Joy isn't something we have to chase. It's something we create, and it begins with the simple act of clearing space for it to enter our lives. A life filled with peace, purpose, and joy. As we journey through life, particularly in our later years, it becomes evident that happiness isn't about holding on to everything we've accumulated. It's about letting go of the things that no longer serve us. Whether it's perfectionism, regret, toxic relationships, mindless spending, or clutter, each of these things can weigh us down and keep us from experiencing the joy, peace, and fulfillment we truly deserve. But by releasing these burdens, we make room for what really matters: connection, self-compassion, health, and most importantly, joy. Embracing change, prioritizing self-care, and creating space for joy are powerful steps toward a life filled with purpose and contentment. As we let go of the unnecessary, we begin to truly appreciate the things that bring us lasting happiness: our relationships, our health, and the moments that nourish our souls. Every step you take to simplify your life, whether it's letting go of toxic relationships or choosing mindful spending, brings you closer to the peaceful, fulfilling existence you deserve. Reflect on your life today. What is weighing you down? What can you release to make room for more joy and peace? Remember, it's never too late to make these changes. Each moment offers an opportunity to live more authentically, with kindness toward yourself and a renewed sense of purpose. If this video resonated with you, take a moment to share it with others who may benefit from these insights. Subscribe for more content on living well at every stage of life. Let's continue to support each other as we create lives filled with peace, purpose, and joy. Here's to the journey of letting go and embracing all the beautiful possibilities that lie ahead.